All right, happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is the late edition of the picks today. Very, very late. So I'm just going to jump right in. This is the expedited version. Sorry. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be back to a normal schedule here. But just jumping right in, we're going to fly through these. And then I've got 4 best bets for you guys. 2 of them are plus money plays. Twins and the Tigers. Zebby Matthews, Chris Paddock. Paddock making his second start with the Tigers. Looked very good in his first outing here, going up against his former team. How will he do? I think he'll do pretty good. We look at the Twins, they're just not hitting very well. We're seeing the Tigers definitely turn things around with the sticks now that Kerry Carpenter's back. Bullpen advantage definitely towards the Tigers. Paddock stats, a little concerning about righties giving up a 346 average, but we got Zebby Matthews giving up a 407 average. But where I do like Zebby Matthews is against lefties. Super high strikeout rate, about a 42% strikeout rate. Switch that around to right-handed hitters, it drops to 11%. But this is a Tigers team that's been striking out a decent amount, about 30% over the past 2 weeks. So we're going to take a little line here to get this to plus money. We're going to take Zebby Matthews to get 4 strikeouts. That's an alt line. And we're going to take the Tigers on the money line. We do that, and we get this all the way up to plus 118 on DraftKings. So that is where I am going to be on this one. Not going to take the Twins in this one. Another spot here, if you don't want to take a K prop, both teams to score 2 runs, Tigers to win. I was on that yesterday, and that paid out pretty well. So I wouldn't mind running that right back today. Pretty decent weather today, 79 degrees, 10-mile-an-hour wind is going to be blowing in. So a little bit scarier on the both teams to score 2 runs. Our next game is going to be the Athletics and the Nationals. Kind of a weird one here. Got Mackenzie Gore going up against Luis Severino. Severino definitely been better on the road than he is at home. Got a 4.83 ERA, but drops down to 3.03. Mackenzie Gore, a little bit better at home, but basically kind of the same home and away, but kind of Jekyll and Hyde. Started the season off really, really well, was King everybody was facing, was kind of early Cy Young talks. Now he's definitely fallen off a little bit. Splits over the last 30 days aren't great. 316 to lefties, 264 to righties, 41% hard hit percentage. Not so hot with runners in scoring position. Yeah, it's just not necessarily somebody I can trust. His walk rate's definitely going up. He's at about a 9% walk rate, but he's still averaging almost 11 Ks per 9 innings. So he's got about a 29% K rate. Severino, definitely a vet. So you see the strikeout numbers go down about 17% strikeout rate on the season. Although last 30 days, that's been ticking up pretty good. He's been striking out righties at a pretty nice clip. About 29%, lefties 21%. But I like his splits against lefties. This Nationals team just kind of gone into a bit of an offensive lull here over the past week. Highly public play that there's so much money on the A's right now. We can see it 39% of the bets, but 81% of the money. But we're not seeing this line move accordingly, right? We should see this move substantially, but we really haven't seen a ton of line movement. So it would just be Nationals for me. Not that I plan on betting this game, but I think the A's are going to be a heavy public play. So I'm just kind of fading the public, going with the Nationals at home. A little risky though, but just trusting Mackenzie Gore. His team's lost 5 straight. A's have lost 2 straight, so it's not like either's on a hell of a streak here. But last 10, the A's are 7-3, and the Nats are 3-7. But it would be the Nationals for me. Next game is going to be the Orioles, and the Phillies going to be Dean Kramer going up against Taijuan Walker. Taijuan 3-5 on the season. Dean Kramer 8-7. Thing with Kramer is home, he's great. Away, not so good. 5.37 ERA in 13 starts. Taijuan's got almost a 5 ERA at home. Splits against him, not great against lefties. Halfway decent against righties, actually, but not K'ing anybody. 9% strikeout rate to lefties, 16% to righties. Kramer definitely gets to lefties more than righties. Very serviceable against lefties, giving up a 160 average. It's the righties that have given him problems, giving up a 300 average. It's over, or I got to go Orioles on the run line, but there's just not a lot of value here. So that's my only issue. Yeah, it'd have to be over. It's pretty much 10 across the board now. You could have got it at 9.5 this morning, but looks like you could still get that on Caesars, but almost every other book's 10. Or you could do something, both teams to score 4 would kind of be an interesting play. That's a plus money play. But I do see runs in this game. Ultimately, Phillies are hot, so it's really hard to take or fade them here. but I think the Orioles have a fighting chance today. We saw dogs go nuts yesterday. 7 underdogs won yesterday, so never know. Let's see, Cleveland and the Mets. This is going to be Clay Holmes going up against Logan Allen, the lefty here. So Mets have not been hitting lefties well. This was an interesting game yesterday. Cleveland was dominantly in control and somehow blew a 5-run lead and then got it back and then won it in extras. So that was pretty wild. Mets looked like they were going to win it for sure in the bottom of the ninth, but didn't. Yeah, this one, Guardians are hitting righties pretty well, like really well. Like top 10, Mets against lefties are bottom 5. How much do I trust Logan Allen? Not much. Got about a 4 ERA on the road. Pretty much he is exact ERA. Home or away, it's 4.06. Clay Holmes at home's got about a 3.5 ERA. Pitch mix looks decent here. I am concerned about a slider. Guardians are 5th hitting the slider over the last 30 days, but Mets are also really good hitting the slider as well, and they're good hitting the cutter. 2 pitches that Logan Allen relies fairly heavily on. This would be the Mets for me, but at this price, I just can't do it. So it would be Guardians on the run line or pass for me here. Next game is going to be Kansas City and Boston. This is going to be another official play for us in this game. You've got, what can I think of his name? Garrett Crochet, and he's going to be going up against Bergert. So Bergert was on the Padres, got traded for their catcher. I don't love this guy. Got a 2.78 ERA. Not necessarily the numbers. Got 35 innings under his belt, K'ing about a person an inning. Last 30 days look good. I just think this is regression incarnate right here with him. Just not somebody I necessarily love. We do have the wind blowing in today. It's going to be 70 degrees. I think Crochet is able to have a really solid day here. I think he's going to do well against this heavily dominated right-handed lineup. Give me the Red Sox on the run line as best bet in this one. I do have the score. This is 5-3 in terms of the Red Sox. Milwaukee and Atlanta fastball. Freddie Peralta going up against Joey Wentz. It took a while for the Brewers to get to Eric Fetty, but ultimately they did. Got the job done yesterday. Fastball Freddie been pretty damn good this season. 12-5. Joey Wentz is 2-2, giving up a 2.44 opponent average, but he has a 7.20 home ERA. Not somebody I trust, but if you are going to get to Peralta, it's going to be away from the Brewers Park, where he has a 4 ERA, but splits over the last 30 days, looking too good for me. It's a Brewers spot. Actually, it's not. Minus 142 for a Brewers team that's won 4 in a row, 7-3 in their last 10. You get a Braves team that's out of contention, 3-7 in their last 10. I think you got a good spot here as a Brewers team that's been absolutely smashing left-handed pitching. Number 2 in the last week, number 1 over the last 2 weeks. So give me the Brew Crew here. Wouldn't mind taking a -1 or a little bit of value in that one. This is one almost made the card. Probably should be on the card, frankly. Kind of like the 2 leans I had yesterday that both hit pretty easily. All right, next game is going to be the Yankees and the Rangers. This was a crazy game. Gave Rangers as a strong lean yesterday. Probably shouldn't have won, but they ended up winning with Jock Peterson tied it in the 9th, and then Jung walked it off in the 10th. Pretty wild. Will Warren going up against Nathan Eovaldi. I think we're seeing a lot of Yankees respect in this line here. Eovaldi going up against mostly anybody else, especially this caliber of pitcher and Will Warren. They're -140, -150. It's a weird line. It's a tricky line. You've got the Yankees that are reeling. They've lost 4 in a row, 4-6. They're now 0-8 in the first game of the series on the road. So they've lost their last 8 road starts in the first game. Is Will Warren going to be the guy to come in and save things? I don't think so. Rangers hit the slider really well. Like there's that 22% of the time. Other than that, he's pretty much fastball slider. Now, pitch mix for Eovaldi looks awful. Yankees are 2nd hitting the fastball, 5th hitting the cutter, 4th hitting the curveball, 10th hitting the sinker. So there are some ways in which I think the Yankees could get to him, but he's been super solid against righties, a little more accessible against lefties. I just don't trust Will Warren. This will be the Yankees on the first, or Rangers on the first 5 for me. That way we can just isolate it to Eovaldi and Will Warren. Our next game is going to be the Reds and the Cubs. Good job to the Reds yesterday getting that win for us. But this is going to be Zach Littell making his debut with the Reds going up against Shota Imanaga. Weird game yesterday with both the starting pitchers leaving after the second inning due to injuries, so that kind of threw things into a tailspin. But Zach Littell on the season, 3.58 ERA, does go up just a hair on the road to 3.74. Imanaga ERA goes up slightly at home. The only thing I worry about with Imanaga is giving up the long ball. He's got 1.73 home runs per 9. He and Littell are in the same boat. I think the wind's going to negate that today. It's going to be 75 degrees, 9-mile-an-hour wind blowing in. So I don't mind the under 7.5. I think Littell's going to be manageable for the Reds here. He's going to give them some length. He's going to have to after the bullpen had to eat 7 yesterday. Whereas Imanaga should be pretty serviceable against this Reds team that does struggle to hit his pitch mix. I think he's going to have a lot of success with that kind of split sinker pitch he throws. Slider, he should find some success. Just more to fastball. They could sit back and just drill the fastball, but I think it's a Cub spot here. But I would go with the under 7.5 as my best bet in this one. Let's see, Blue Jays and the Rockies. Yeah, that was an interesting game yesterday. I said it, the over felt like an auto bet, and damn it, it was so free. Kind of the same thing today. Jose Barrios going up against Anthony Molino. We do have the wind blowing out to left. It's going to be 93 degrees. Not like Barrios is immune to the long ball, giving up 1.3 per 9, but Anthony Molina doesn't have a ton of innings under his belt. We got 8 innings, so we can't assess too much, but man, his pitch mix is red all over. Red is in great for the Blue Jays. The play I'm going to take in this one, pretty easy. Give me the Blue Jays on the money line. It's very high. So I'm going to pair that with both teams to score 2 runs. I think in this park, the Rockies can get 2 runs. That'll take us all the way down to minus 140 on BetMGM. So that is my best bet in that one. Next game is going to be the Rays and the Angels. I liked the Rays yesterday. I'm a little surprised they came out as flat as they did. Tip the cap to Kikuchi. Today we got Ryan Pepio going against Jose Soriano. Pepio looked awful in his last road start. He's got a 3.35 ERA. This would be one. Give me the Angels in this one. I think you're getting a good price to take the better pitcher in Soriano. So Angels on the money line for me in that game. White Sox and Seattle. It's going to be Brian Wu going up against Davis Martin. Wu, pretty good at home. Got a 2.29 ERA. Not really somebody you want to go against. Davis Martin's 3-8 on the season. If this were a lefty, I think we could look to the White Sox, but I will tell you, over the last 2 weeks, over the last week, this is a top 3 offensive lineup against righties. And we've seen Wu get hit up in some situations. The Mariners have been known to go a little cold at T-Mobile Park. So this would be White Sox on the run line for me. The only way I'm playing this at this price. And then our last game is going to be St. Louis. Actually, you know what? We didn't talk about the Padres game. Padres and D-backs. Yu Darvish going up against Ryan Nelson. Congrats to the D-backs who offensively woke up last night in that one. Ryan Nelson's been pretty serviceable, man. Got a 2 ERA at home. You got Darvish, who hasn't looked super sharp. I could see the same result as last night. It would be the D-backs on the money line for me, just kind of fading Darvish. I'd probably take the D-backs on the first 5 to avoid this atrocious bullpen that at some point we know is going to implode. So Padres just have a massive bullpen advantage. So it would be D-backs first 5. And our last game is going to be the Cards and the Dodgers. It's going to be Miles Mikolas going up against Emmett Sheehan. I think you guys know where I'm at with Miles Mikolas. We're going to fade him. Best bet here is going to be very similar to the Blue Jays. We're going to take Dodgers on the money line, and we're going to take both teams to score 2. It is really nice weather. Wind's going to be blowing out. So we do that. We get this from, minus 185, minus 190, all the way to plus money. So we can get it to plus 110. So let's talk about our best bets. Get you guys on your way since we are getting this out so late. All right, so first play on the card is going to be Zebby Matthews for the Twins to record 4 strikeouts, but we're going to take the Tigers on the money line. So we're using negative correlation to get positive money here. Same thing, Dodgers on the money line, but both teams have scored 2 runs. Blue Jays on the money line, both teams have scored 2 runs. And then we're going to take the Red Sox on the run line, minus 1.5, trusting Crochet in this Red Sox offense that is definitely heating up. So those are the 4 best bets. Like I said, if I had to put a 5th in there, it would be Brewers. You can take them -1 or just take them on the money line and pay the juice. So that is where I'm at. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll catch you in tomorrow's video.